What's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to be doing my 9th underrated video. I kind of did that on purpose because I said, you know what, I'm going to shoot a bunch of these underrated videos in one night. And I just did Hangover 3, Hangover 2, Rocky Balboa, and Watchmen. So I was like, you know what, I'll do a 9th one and it'll be 9. So anyways, so I'm not going to be surprised if you're watching this and you haven't even heard of this movie. This came out in 2009. I know that. They did that on purpose. So it's crazy to think 7 years ago, because I remember when this came out and I was like, oh, I want to see that so bad. Stuff like that doesn't feel like 7 years ago. It's weird. Anyways, back to the movie. So 9. This, see, the first name you see on here is Tim Burton, right? And then Timmer, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how to say that, not to be rude or anything. But they produced it. Tim Burton produced this. The director's name's not in the front. They tried to get this, they tried to make this movie big because Tim Burton's the producer. Some guy that directed it, Shane Acker. I don't know how you pronounce that. If you can see it. Anyways, yeah, and what I also found interesting about this movie, PG-13. Usually you don't see animated movies that are PG-13. I mean, not counting like South Park or something like that, but this is like, like, I'm talking like a family-oriented, like, I would say this is nothing too crazy to be PG-13. Like, there's a lot of dark stuff in this movie, like, with all them, spoiler alert, I mean, obviously some characters die. I mean, look at this, there's threats all around, but, this is like post-apocalyptic, it's kind of dark, and, like I said, people die, or characters die, I should say. They're not really people, but they do have souls, I guess. There's death, there's all this other stuff, and, yeah, I think it's underrated because no one ever talks about it. Like, I've met people that have seen it, but, like, it's never one of those brought up, movies. Excuse me. And the animation's, like, it's beautiful. Like, I love it. It looks amazing. Elijah Wood. It's got a good voice cast, too. Elijah Wood, Crispin Glover. Who else does a voice in this? Sorry, I don't rewatch these. I should. I don't rewatch any movies before I do a video on them. Martin Landau, Jennifer Connelly, John C. Reilly, Christopher Plummer. There you go. That's where I got to mention. He was great in this. A lot of these guys are great. Fred Tedescore, who does the voice of Nikolai and Maxis in Zombies from Call of Duty. Anyways, yeah, it's got a great voice cast. Animation's amazing. I think it's I wouldn't say fun movie, but it's like it's fun to watch. I guess you could say it's kind of like not an adventure, but it's just like a thrill ride, I guess you could say. It's like, wow, I hope these guys survive this, and, there's crazy action throughout it, and it's just stunningly original. I agree. It's very original. Like, I've never seen anything like this in an animated movie before. It's very underrated. It's just because I would say it's underrated because no one talks about it, like I said. I don't know how much money it made, and that's probably one of the reasons. I don't know if anybody went to see it, and they kind of took a risk there by making it PG-13. Because, like, if you make a superhero movie rated R, like I was talking about with Deadpool and Watchmen, you'll get less people to see it. But if you make an animated movie PG-13, less people see it, because anime movies are generally G or PG, especially like Pixar and Disney and stuff like that, or DreamWorks, or whoever else. They always like make everything PG. But this was, I don't know, they took a risk by making this PG-13. I think if it wasn't PG-13, more people would like this movie have more of like a legacy, I guess you could say, and it would be talked about a lot more. And I think they were gonna maybe do another one of these. Like, I think there's a commentary. Yeah, there is, and I'm pretty sure I listened to it. Watched it with the commentary, and I think they did want to make another one. But maybe just because of, like, I'm sure the box office numbers weren't that great. I think that's why no one really talks about this, and maybe you haven't even heard of it, like I said. So I would say check this out if you get time. It's really good. I think I'm gonna watch this right now. Like, I'm just looking at the cover. It's like it looks great. Like, look at it, and everything in this movie is like so unique. The character design and all these guys, the robotic designs and all that, and then everything's like embossed on this cover too, and the green glowing 9. It looks nice. It pops out on my shelf too. Every time I look, I see 9. because it pops out and got some junk right there. I don't know what that's about. Also, the title's vertical, which is cool. Usually on spines, the title's horizontal. Look, the movie's 6. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna rewatch this right now. It's amazing. Look, a triumph, 4 stars. I'm sure that's out of 4 stars, because for some reason, like Roger Ebert and stuff like that, rest in peace, a lot of reviewers would give stuff out of 4 stars, which I always thought was weird. Why not 5 stars? But yeah, I don't know. I think the only reason why it did get attention was because Tim Burton's name's on it. That's probably it. Maybe if he was the director, it would have got even more attention, but he's just a producer, so you know. And I'm sure if he was director, maybe he would have got Johnny Depp to do a voice, because God knows Johnny Depp's in every single one of his movies. Not every single one, but probably, I want to say, like 90%, or if not more. But yes, please check out 9 if you have not seen it. If you have seen it and just thought, oh, that was whatever, and give it another chance, give it a rewatch, because it's great. Because sometimes you watch a movie and then you're like, oh, I didn't like it, and then maybe like a few years later you'll rewatch and be like, oh, what was I thinking? That was awesome. So yes, please give it another chance. And for my next underrated movie, I will be doing, I just knocked 9 over, I will be talking about Martin Scorsese's movie Casino, which is very underrated to me in comparison to his other stuff. Anyways, that's another video. So, thank you for watching this one, and please check out my other videos if you'd like, and yes, thank you. Goodbye.